This is a quick fix tutorial where I'm focusing only on difficult sections in the piece, applying only those principles that don't require sound imagination skills and will quickly ease your playing, making technique more comfortable and fluent. These basic principles are wrist movement, elbow movement, intonation, arm weight, articulations, phrasing, and time. If you've been playing this piece for quite a while, keep in mind that all these principles won't work at full potential, as old sensations might interfere with new ones. Yet they will ease your playing as much as possible in your current situation. This is just a basic fix to let you feel more comfortable while playing, and since we're not imagining sounds, we're not making any harmonies, dynamics, or voicing nuances in this tutorial. Match the wrist movement with the known direction. Move gently without any tension. At the last stage of practicing, this movement will be remained in muscle sensations only and won't be visible to the eyes. This will keep your wrist tension-free. Add the missing fingering in the score before starting playing. While the wrist movement is matching the known direction, the elbow is moving towards the new position on a circle note. This will release tension in hands and improve speed and accuracy in leaps. Our next etude is the last one in the first opus, and we're gonna start with wrist movement that gonna just go with melody pattern, right to left, and with elbow movement that I'm gonna prepare our hands to the new position on the circle note, so our wrist is always led by our elbow. Now, I had this question in my comments about, hey, why are you making this horizontal movement? What about vertical and rotation? And it's really about the very first movements that we make in our muscles, and they has to be very precise. And later, when we're gonna add some internal singing, intonation, phrasing, then this movement will gradually, in a natural, healthy way, transform into more something like this. But I don't make this movement from the beginning because sometimes this movement simply don't follow the melody pattern and create some unnecessary tension and eventually prevent from making good phrasing and playing technically free. So that's why I'm making first these movements, and there's no heart to your hand. And then eventually I'm gonna add intonation, phrasing, even if we would imagine sound and sound texture. This is where the depth and the real breathing of hands will come into the game. So let's start with just simple movements. absolutely relaxed. And again, healthy tension will come from our imagination, from our singing later on. And we don't have to play expressive and technically brilliant by tensing our hand. How about that? So we only tense fingertips, some hand muscles here when we really want to express, when it's really just a manifestation of our musical idea in our mind. If we just tense because we try to play fast, then that doesn't make any good for us. And also just take some time in the elbow movements. Don't try to play it in time and show yourself that you can play rhythmically correctly. Just again to feel completely comfortable, not feel any tension while making elbow movement. Sorry, today I'm very talkative, but I have so many ideas in my mind. I just want to say about elbow movements that why do we make them is because that will allow our wrist have a healthy angle while playing, so that will prevent from stiff and tense wrist us. And also, for example, here we have this huge leap, especially if we need to play in a fast tempo. Then preparing our elbow first to the new position and then with the whole arm is very helpful instead of moving the whole arm. And also that will improve accuracy in leaps. Alright, I'm done, so let's play. Help your wrist be closed, so it helps our hand be relaxed while playing. Sing in between notes with a glissando and resistance. Keep the same sensation while singing out loud only notes. While playing, keep singing the same way internally. It is possible to sing the same way while playing fast passages. Internally sing with the energy of weight. This is how it sounds without weight versus with weight. Such singing will sustain transferring of weight while playing, bringing more freedom and power to your voice and hands. Again, when we're playing with intonation, we always play with transferring of weight and with articulations, because articulations is just a variant of how we sing internally. So over here, I would really not make these accents in my left hand, at least maybe right hand is okay. I mean in the melody, but not in the passages. That's what I mean. Because these accents could simply mean that second finger has to be more stable while playing here. And that's what he might wanted to show his students. So everything we're gonna play just in legatissimo as it's written here. Oh, okay, this is, can see really staccato, okay. Articulations are the variant of intonation, where the principle of singing internally in between notes with a glissando resistance remains the same. In every type of articulations, the first part of the interval is sung with resistance, but the second part is varied. In staccato, extremely accelerate the speed. In tenuta, move fully down with weight. In accents, mix staccato and tenuta, bring speed and weight at the same time. Why do we need musical speech? I told you about. First of all, it makes our melody more expressive. Second of all, it increases accuracy in big leaps. For example, like here, from here to here, or here to here. If you want to make it completely stable and chill while playing in fast tempos, you need to simply know that this is 6, and you would just intonate the 6. Even if it goes through some octave, it's still 6. So, what I wanted to add, the third thing is, but basically it's the first thing. Okay, I'm confusing. So, first thing, it improve musical speech, increase expressiveness when I'm playing. Second thing, the lips. So the lips I just showed you. Now about expressiveness, over here, you see those hairpins here. I would simply intonate this ascending and descending, especially ascending seconds. These two intervals with musical speech, and here too. And we know that the second is an interval of pain and asking and waiting and quite tense. So that automatically would make this little hairpin because it kind of would sound more expressive. So let's just try, and I show you what I mean. So this is without musical speech. Just nicely, everything is on the same level. Now it's musical speech. intervals become more prominent. Ability to feel a difference in singing different intervals will let us pre-feel through intonation the distance of every interval much more accurately. That helps mind and hands to faster prepare to the intervals. As I have said before many times, if we can't feel fast while playing, we're not ready to play fast. Feel the difference in sound while singing with intonation these intervals. And I decided to show you a little bit about of right hand, even though I kind of didn't plan it right now to make right hand. But okay. So I think that it's important for you to feel comfortable in this lead. Right? So just apply elbow, you know. So while your wrist would go a little bit to the left, your elbow should go to the right. And this is the secret of accurate whip, I guess. So gently, everything is gentle. Wrist left, elbow right. The same here. Wrist left, elbow right. And so when you play it with intonation, maybe you can make this sforzando, this accent on the top, so you would intonate with acceleration and weight. And then, okay. So, even in fast tempo, if you still manage to make it with relaxed kind of arm, then that's your accuracy in whips here. Phrasing is a structured intonation, breathing, where smaller blocks with more prominent sections are united into larger blocks with more prominent sections. Use intonation and weight in phrasing to make energetic crescendo towards more prominent sections and blocks. While practicing phrasing, take a little break, a breath after every block, and slow down towards the main interval in a motive, the main motive in a phrase, and the main phrase in a sentence. So let's go to phrases. With phrases, one motive here is this small slur through the bar line when the interval comes to the first note in the bar, meaning the last interval in the motive is going to be always more prominent. This is where we go. the phrase, 2 bars, 2 motifs, and the sentence, 4 bars, 2 phrases, these big slurs. And again, meaning of phrasing, to help your hands tense and relax, breathing, inhale, exhale, healthy, in a healthy way while playing. Because when we back off at the beginning of every block, whether it's motif, phrases, and sentence, we always drop the energy. The energy is less intense. When we come to the main, more prominent sections, we increase the energy and kind of inhale more, and again in the beginning of the block we exhale more. And I said in my very first etude, exercising your hands really help muscles to exhale better, because when muscles are not really trained, then inhalation, exhalation is very short. And eventually it would accumulate this tension while playing, and the hands will get fatigued. But if muscles are very good trained, then this inhalation, exhalation is much bigger. And hence, you will always completely relax hands enough not to get fatigued while playing. That would be it, so let's jump into the motifs. And I will stop a little bit. I'm making these hairpins with my musical speech, I would never make and break this pattern of main intervals in the motif, because I told you that phrasing has to be stable. Phrasing is a structure, very clear structure, bar calculated structure, and I explain in all my videos about phrasing why I'm calculating phrasing by the bars and not by the melody lines. Anyways, the point is, even in this motif, you would say, okay, main interval could be a T, E. I'm still coming to the last interval in this motif, not to break this chain of even, constant pattern of phrasing. But I would still make it with musical speech. That's why I sound this way. Okay, now let's go to phrases. Second motif is gonna be more important in every phrase. I'm gonna again stop a little bit after every phrase. Sentences. Okay, let's see. So every sentence, 4 bars, and second phrase is more prominent. As you can see, second big slur is always red. So let's go. Okay, so this is our next sentence. Okay, so let's analyze. I'm always, not always, but a couple of times already missed towards this first finger. That means either I didn't move enough my elbow, or I also might apply musical speech here as a 6 up to ensure the accuracy in this interval. So one part, always start a little bit before because it makes a whole big difference. You can practice hours one part, but when you start a little bit before, even a couple of bars, it will be felt absolutely different. I think actually my elbow didn't move enough. I can feel it now. Alright, so we fix it. Now let's try again. Yeah, also I felt something wasn't even when I played. I think this... Alright, so these guys, my favorite. So when they're together, they're so naughty. So my fifth finger was too fast, right? Now, what we're gonna do again, we can apply musical speech to control better the time in this interval. So just pay attention to this second down with musical speech. And this, see, here, 3 and 4. So let's try again. Okay, so... let's try before. Alright, now let's add time. Time and tempo mean more than just the speed of music. It's a part of the character of music. After choosing the pulsation, connect time to the musical image of the piece. And if the image of music is joyful, feel and describe the pulse not as just slow, but calm and peaceful. Not just faster, but lively and exciting. Not just fast, but energetic and bright. Feel time while playing, always following a phrasing line to sustain the flow of playing. Okay, so now let's engage time. When I combine it together with the image, I feel it as a heavy if I, for example, would start with slow tempo. And so, this is how I play. Also, I notice when I play in the end, my fifth finger is sometimes not stable, I guess. I feel like it's weak, so let's just again apply musical speech as a fourth down. It makes my fifth finger prepare much stronger and faster. Basically better. Okay, now let's go a little bit faster. So again, it's full of pain, but more excited. And even more fast. It's all about how fast you can feel, and if you cannot feel, for example, musical speech or phrasing fast enough, then probably you will still miss. But I said that many times before. You want to play fast, you need to learn to feel the right things fast. And that's about it, guys. So I will move on to my next etude.